Hi folks, welcome to another video, and this time I would like to talk about how not to look for a job as a writer, because every week, sometimes once, sometimes more than once, I get these real short letters, and the letter reads, "Do you have a job?" That's it. Like, I need a job. Can you find me one? Now, I've been at this business for like 30 years, and every time I receive a letter like this, I would like to, usually, almost all of them, I can figure out very young writers. They are just starting their careers. I really want to sit down with them and tell them this is probably the worst way to look for a writing position. I mean, it is wrong in so many levels. And this is not a criticism, but I really want to reach out with all my compassion and tell them how to improve their job searches. And probably we are used to 140 character messages and short texts and acronyms, abbreviations. We are on the go. We like to do things immediately with as our platforms are quick and fast. So we figure perhaps if we just sent a one sentence message and send it to as many people as we can, we'll get results. I really doubt it. I would recommend, please take your time. Just provide the minimum of normal, reliable, trustworthy communication, which is no secret at all. Since time immemorial, all novels, speeches, textbooks, they have an introduction, there is a body, the message, and there's a conclusion. So try at least, I would like to say to these young writer friends of mine, at least stick to those three basics and make sure your message has at least three sentences. Say, "Hi, how you doing?" Introduce yourself. I mean, most of these letters, there are even no names. I have to look at the name from the, there's usually, like in LinkedIn, you can see who's sending the message, and at least summarize who you are, what your past experience has been. Because this is the thing. When I receive a letter like this, "I need a job. Do you have one?" I can't help this person even if I wanted to. Like, I usually don't even know where this person is writing from. At least say where you live, what city, what country you are at. Yes, internet is wonderful. It makes us feel all as though we are in the same room, but we are not in the same room. Sometimes we are in different continents. So without knowing where you live, what if I find you a job in Boston? Would you be able to get on the plane and move to Boston? Do you have a family? Are you married? What are your obligations? And what kind of a writing job? What level of difficulties you have encountered in the past? What problems you have solved as a writer? I'm not even there yet about the salary, the money. We are not even there yet. Without knowing all these details, how can I help? It's just amazing to me that a writer at that, writing such a message, cannot put himself or herself in my shoes, in the shoes of the person to whom this message is going. I mean, I wonder what the expectation is. Like, do they expect the person who received this one sentence or two sentence message, "I need a job. Do you have one?" Do they expect them to say, "That's great. You are exactly the person who we were looking for"? That's never going to happen. We need to be realistic here. And we need to readjust our attitude, because as a first impression, it is not a very positive one either. Imagine this message being shared. Like, imagine I'm a recruiter and I see this message and I pass it along to my colleague. What would they say? Does that? It does not create a very professional image, definitely. So at a minimum, I would say, have a kind, gentle letter with an opening introduction, a very short summary of who you are, where you live, what kind of job you're looking for, and roughly where you stand in your career, or whether you are a senior writer, junior writer. Attach your resume at a minimum, and with one sentence, just summarize your goal. Say, like, I need a mid-level copywriting position in a such and such environment, in even maybe specifically city, in New York City, in Bangalore, wherever you are looking for this job at. So just a summary would be fine. And in the next video and the one after that I have in mind, I want to use some metaphors for you to make you understand better why this curt and almost like brutal approach to finding a job will never work, because it is not in the nature of things. That's not how things work in life, my dear friends. So, but that's for the second video. And in the third video, I would like to bring it down to earth a little bit and tell you the best way to receive these offers automatically, naturally, instead of going after them. So with that, I see you soon. Take good care.